The movie starts with John returning from school to his home, sitting at the dining table with his family. While each one of them is busy with himself, John finishes his food and goes to sleep. Brad, his father, tells him that there is a surprise for him under his bed, so he looks to find a drone as a gift for him, which he uses the next day, and learns how to play with it. He enters into the forest to reach a deserted place, and finds a deep hole that distracts him from the drone that clings to a tree, so he tries to climb the tree to take it, but he ends up injuring his hand, so he returns home in order to clean the wound and hide it, so that his family doesn't know about it, to not get punished. The family gathers to eat breakfast, and John lies to his father that he lost his drone when he discovers the deserted hole in the forest, so he asks his family about it, and they tell him that it was used in the past as a shelter from strong storms and hurricanes. After finishing, his father takes him to practice tennis, and he's harsh on him to learn well. His sister fights with him in order to stop playing with the ball because she can't concentrate in reading her book. At night, while John's family is sleeping, he wakes up and he's sure that they won't wake up easily because of the hypnotist he put for them. He starts pulling them out the house, and moves them one by one to the forest. Laurie, John's sister, wakes up from sleep to find herself inside a deep hole, from which it is impossible to get out, and finds her mother and father sleeping, and she wakes them up to understand what happened to them. Brad asks about John, who's in the house alone enjoying himself. He calls the gardener and tries to copy his mother's voice, and tells him to take a vacation and not come back again, and that Brad is the one who will take care of the garden, to ensure that no one comes home while he's without his family. Then he takes his family's car, then goes to withdraw money from his father's Visa to buy food. After that, his neighbor comes and asks him about his mother's Anna, so he tells her that she went with his father and sister to the hospital because his grandfather had a heart attack. They will stay with him for a long time and they left him home to study, and that Anna didn't tell anyone that she's going to the hospital because she was in a hurry. After he made sure that his neighbor got away from the house, he took food and went to the hole in which his family was. He keeps looking at them, so Brad tells him to bring the ladder in the garage so that they can get out of the hole. John remains silent, then throws food and water for them, so Lauren understands that John is the one who threw them in the hole, and tells her mother that they are in the hole because of John, but her mother couldn't believe that John did that. And then, John leaves them and returns home to take out the TV to the living room, and play with his friend Charlie online. Brad is trying to think of a way out of the hole, but its depth doesn't allow them to reach the top of it at all. On the same night, it rains on them so they become so cold. The next day, John comes and brings them heavy clothes. After that he goes without saying a word to take his friend Charlie from the bus stop to spend the day with him, and let him sleep in his house. John tells Charlie that his family has gone on a long trip, and that he is alone. And they spend most of their time playing together. John's parents are locked in the hole. Anna tries to think about why John threw them there. She tells Brad that a while ago he asked her about the meaning of growing up, and she told him that it's to take responsibility for himself. She felt then that he was frustrated by her answer, and that this may be the reason he threw them in the hole. He wants to take responsibility for himself, but in the wrong way.